Lesson 6, Unit 3. Collecting information. The information management plan must identify an appropriate source for each type of information required. A project acquires information from both internal and external sources. For all sources, the plan should describe how the information will be collected and stored. If there are multiple sources for a particular type of information, then the sources must be judged based on efficiency, accuracy, and how close the source is to the original information. A direct flow of information is generally the most efficient and the most accurate. The project should determine the most efficient source and modify its information collection procedures if a proposed source is more efficient than the existing source. For example, if a project manager receives country statistic information from another project manager who receives information from the main office, it may be more efficient for the main office to provide such information directly to all project managers. This direct flow ensures that all managers receive the same information at the same period and reduces the potential for information to be miscommunicated. The project team should also ensure that duplication of effort does not occur in the collection of information. As much as possible, a project should strive to have a single source for each information type. If the project maintains multiple databases for beneficiary surveys, records maintained by project staff, and separate records maintained by the partners, the possibility of problems related to accuracy and consistency of beneficiary reporting may increase. The information management plan should address the following questions. How will information be collected? Who is responsible for the collection information? When will the information be collected? In what format will information be collected? These questions help reduce many of the issues with collecting data and information. The plan should also assign collection responsibilities to team members to ensure that any duplication of effort is eliminated. The plan should incorporate reporting deadlines when appropriate and establish periods for all collection tasks. It should clarify which periods include due dates that are fixed and those that are simple target dates. For collection activities that require data to be collected or reported in specific formats, the plan should either specify the format or refer to the source documents that provide information. To avoid issues with delays in sharing information, the project manager can develop a simple schedule or timeline that identifies the dates when reports are needed. For example, based on a project's fiscal year reporting deadlines to donor and to headquarters, the project can establish milestones and deadlines for submission to ensure the people responsible for them have the time to prepare. The project should include dates for such activities in its information planning timelines, even if the dates are estimates. Dates help ensure that critical deadlines or events will not be missed and to provide a framework for change if necessary. For example, a project might have established periods for donor reporting preparations, but then discover later in the calendar year that additional information will be required for reporting. Since the project already has a plan, it should be easy to analyze the effect of the new requirements and make adjustments to comply with the requirements. This chart reflects an example of a timeline highlighting major project activities. These timelines can be a useful component of the information management planning process. Utilization of project planning tools can enhance the information management process. The use of charts such as PERT and Gantt charts can be valuable to graphically display process flows, timelines, tasks, and the interrelationships. Staff members involved in the design of the project information management system should become familiar with these chart types, which can be very useful tools for information management planning. PERT charts can be used to describe the interrelationship among the tasks that make up a project. The format is similar to a flowchart. Each box within the chart represents a task. Connecting lines or arrows show the relationship between the tasks. This chart is very helpful in describing the workflow and the interdependencies between the tasks. A Gantt chart is a graphical representation of a project schedule. Each task within the project appears as a bar. The bar's length represents the task duration. The starting point indicates when work on the task can begin. At the beginning of the project, the chart shows the estimated times for each task. During the project, the chart can be updated to show the actual time a task was completed. A Gantt chart shows whether a project is on schedule, signaling modifications that should be made to the project to provide resources to make up for the time lost. A checklist is another useful tool in information planning. Some data collection and reporting activities in the project's timetable require a very detailed breakdown of the steps necessary to accomplish a task. In this situation, a checklist of the steps required may be useful. The checklist should list each step in the process, and the persons assigned to the task, and the date the task must be completed. The chart is an example of a checklist that might be created by a PMIS coordinator in preparation for donor report submissions. The purpose of the information flow diagram is to specify how information is transmitted or circulated among staff members and to and from external organizations. Multiple diagrams might be needed to adequately document a comprehensive plan. A mass information flow chart might document information flow to and from across major stakeholders or areas, as well as document the process by which information is reported to external entities. The project can use flow diagrams to describe how information currently flows within the project and how information should flow to achieve greater efficiency and improve the accuracy in reporting. Information flow diagrams can readily indicate information bottlenecks and suggest alternative channels to alleviate this problem. The flowchart shows an example information flows from its original sources to its intended users. It can help identify the optimal process to deliver information and reduce bottlenecks.